Hi, everyone. I am back, and I know it's been a very long time. I've had a lot going on. I actually took a week off as well, and I took a vacation for myself and took 6 days that I tried not to work and put an actual message response on my emails and such. I think everybody should do that. I think though it's hard because when you really love what you do, you don't mind work, but I tried anyways to take some time away from what I do because I do think it's important. I think everybody should do that. Take a week, where you can sort of deprogram, de-stress and all that. Anyway, first thing I want to say, I just found out about this afternoon. I need all of you right now. I need all of your prayers. I need my prayer warriors up against the front lines right now for Nathan. Um, our moderator here on this channel. More than that, Nathan's a great friend of mine. He is one of the most kind, um, helpful, supportive. He's the type of person he would drop anything he's doing to help you. He would give you the shirt off his back. He's one of the kindest, most loving human beings I've ever met in my life. And I'm not just saying that because he has chosen to help me here in this channel and help all of us. He's done so much for this channel, and so is his mother, Tish. And he is battling right now. He's literally at the hospital. He is really going through horrific migraines to the point where he's losing his vision. And I need all of you to come together right now and please pray for Nathan. And we're just, you know, completely bind and rebuke Satan and all of his ways and ask for the hedge of protection over him as we just pray that everything works out and he heals and that he's able to get through this and find the right doctors. That is another big issue here that if I start really getting into this, I'm going to explode and go off on a completely different tangent. But these doctors have literally been ignoring him. His mother texted me, Tish texted me everything that's been going on. And this country, let me tell you, I'll tell you this much. We're in we're in hell when it comes to the medical field over here. For those of you that may or may not know, the medical expenses, the medical attention, the medical knowledge, it's all horrific. And basically, what had to happen today probably wouldn't have happened if people would have returned phone calls, returned emails, actually cared. And so now the only way to get any attention on anything is to wait till things get to this point, to get this bad, that you have to go to the hospital for any doctor to actually pay attention and get the tests done that need to get done. So I need all of your prayers, guys. I really do. And I am hoping and praying that you watch this today and you say prayers for Nathan because I believe in the power of prayer and I've seen it happen time and time again when we all come together to pray what can happen for someone. So I'm imploring of you, I'm begging of you to pray for Nathan. And I will keep everybody in the loop as to what's happening with his health. And I just know that I just feel it in my heart that God's going to pull him through this and get him through this and get him the right help that he needs. Um, I know I haven't done a topic on here in a long time, and I did a whole video last night, you guys. I did the whole video, and I missed a lot of points. I kind of went back and started to watch it in between sessions last night, and I was like, no, it's not that good. That's what happens when I pre-record things. I missed the days of going live on here. It was just free for all, whatever came out of my mouth. But as we know, YouTube structure has changed, and I'm not as comfortable going live all the time unless I have my moderators. But there's been another common theme lately, and it's not a very popular topic, as it never was and never is when I bring it up on this channel. And what I would like to do today is to let you all hear what I have to say about the topic and what it is doing to people out there, what it is doing to people individually, what it is doing to their spirit, what it is doing to their families, what it is doing to society. And it's so accepted, it's so pushed in our face, it's so incredibly dark, you guys. It's so incredibly dark, and it's being made to seem like it's the answer, it's what you need, it's part of living the human experience. It's if you don't do these things, there's something weird or wrong with you. You're a prude. So I think you guys know where I'm getting at. And I know I've talked about this in one of the last videos I did about this. I gave you guys the statistics. That was last year. I gave you the stats. Or it was this year. I think it was this year. I gave you the stats. I told you what a young teen, 13, 14, 15 years old, first sexual experience is, and it is the internet. It's destroying people, you guys. And you may think your innocent little act of going online and being a voyeur, being a peeping Tom. Yes, that's what you are when you do this. You're a peeping Tom. You're a voyeur. You are a pervert. And what does Satan do? He has to pervert sex. He has to do it. Sex is actually supposed to be wonderful. You're supposed to have a beautiful experience. It's supposed to be a connection. It's supposed to be deep down pure intimacy with another person. And the I always say, and the pleasure is supposed to be the bonus, and we have it completely opposite right now in this world. And people are turning to it more and more and more, to the point that the normalcy right now in relationships is that we have two people who have been together, and their intimacy, their sexual fulfillment is looking at other people have sex. And where does this lead? Well, why don't you ask P. Diddy? Why don't you ask P. Diddy where it leads? Why don't you ask him where his life has been led to? Where do you think it all started for him? Pornography, pornography usage, getting ideas. And I want to wake people up tonight to having you understand that it is so much more severe than you think it is. And I am going as far as to say that even scrolling on Instagram and looking at the sexy photos of people in your feed is this problem that I'm describing right now. It's wrong. And we're sitting here wondering why there's so much darkness in this world, why people are so angry. It leads to this, you guys. You don't even see the opposite sex as human anymore. You don't see anybody as human. Do you realize that so many men end up turning in and going with experimenting with men because they've been watching pornography? Do you realize how many naked men they've seen on screen? And you think this can't lead to this? You think that you're just naturally and normally going to be able to go back to bed with your partner after watching these heinous scenes You have that in your mind, imprinted in your mind for the rest of your life, you guys. It is very serious. It is so serious. And some of you, you're dealing with it. You're dealing with the effects of that right now in your life. And you believe, because you are, other people around you must be as well, and they must be also experiencing those negative effects from going with your lust, going with your flesh. Satan knows this is the big one, you guys. He knows. He knows it is the very, very big one that he can use. It's so easily accessible, and he makes it seem like you're just having a little fun. Let me tell you something, you guys. Why don't you do your research right now and go and check out the statistics of STDs running rampant in Texas right now, and I believe South Carolina. It's numbers we have never seen before in history of STDs. All of them. But guess what? The biggest one that's come back, you guys, that's wreaking havoc through neighborhoods, through families. HIV, you guessed it. Oh, we're not supposed to talk about that. No, get back to your OnlyFans and your strip clubs and your pornography usage. Get back to it. It gets to the point where that's the only thing that's making people happy. Their dopamine receptors are so screwed up, are so messed up. And it's very biblical, you guys. The Bible warned us of this. The Bible showed us on so many occasions what happens to people, what happens to human beings when their minds are continuously altered by sexual perversion. We take ourselves out. It gets that dark, that destructive, that awful, and that dark that we will take out our own race. And people will watch this video right now, whatever time it is for them, and they will laugh because they cannot see what's coming for them. Human beings can't connect anymore to human beings, you guys. And just for a minute, I'm going to allow myself to be a little emotional here because this is what I'm seeing over and over and over again. And what you guys aren't seeing is you aren't seeing the partner to the addict of this sex addiction. You aren't seeing their tears. You aren't witnessing their self-esteem. You aren't witnessing their brain and what is happening for them due to all this. You're not seeing all the tears they cry night after night. You're not seeing their worry and fears for their children, not knowing how much their children know or may not know of what has been going on in their own house. And let me tell you something for those of you that don't believe. That darkness is a doorway open to so much more darkness. So even all the years that you will sit there and justify, well, I didn't have a partner, that's what I did. You have to rebuke that completely. You have to confess. You have to get it out of your whole system that it went on. Because if you haven't done that, it will follow you. Yeah. I have a new client, and I'm not going to divulge what happened this week. And it bothered me greatly what she just discovered she's been married for so many years, you guys, and didn't have a clue. I mean, it is beyond hurtful. I can't imagine. I mean, the two people I was with, one of which I was married to, as you guys know, the little I did know and the other parts I found out after getting out of the marriage was enough. I don't want to know anymore. I can't imagine being married for 30, 40 years and not having a clue what your partner was engaging in. And if you think for a minute that just watching it doesn't lead to other things, you are a buffoon, because it does. And the desensitization over what you're watching, now you have to ramp up what you're watching because it no longer gets you going. And what you're getting going off of, what your perversion is over horrific things and things that are just beyond wrong. And you don't care. You don't care what it's doing to other people. You don't care what it's about to do for you in your future. But you're going to care one day. Trust me on that. You will care. And it will astonishingly make an imprint all of a sudden in your life until you bind and rebuke it and you get away as far away from it as you possibly can. You guys, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is the answer. He is a miracle worker, and he can take anything away from you. Anything that is destroying you in your life, he can take it away from you. But you have to have faith, and you have to try something you haven't tried yet. God is bigger than all this, you guys. He's so much bigger. He is the power. He can be your mind when you feel like you're losing your mind. But you got to give it up to him. He gave us the rules for a reason. He designed the rules for human beings for a reason. He didn't just make them up to restrict us and our fun in life. There's nothing fun or funny coming from this. Nothing. And if you're laughing now, mark my words. Remember, I said this in this video. You will not be laughing one day. I hope this message reaches the people it should. I hope the empathy that is needed for the victims of sexual lust and abuse, because that's what it is. You're abusing yourself too, being involved in this. You're abusing your own mind. You're abusing other people around you. And you are contributing to the sex traffic industry, as I've said before in my videos. And it is a very, very destructive, damaging, sometimes to the point of no return. Remember, I said this. Also, the last bit of information I want to give to everybody that made it this far in this video. If you know your partner has had a history of cheating, and you think it's been some time and you want to try to go and have sex with your partner who has a history of cheating, if you do not make your partner go while you go with them and you actually watch the results march from that office to your hands and look at them, you, my friend, are not very smart. And good luck with that, because you have to. I'll say it again. You have to. I'm Trace Face. It's time we all face the truth together on this one.